What is happening, folks, and welcome to another episode of Rebuilding Juventus. Today is the mid-season report. I do these because I enjoy them, essentially, but also gives me a chance to look at stuff and see how we're doing and assess the season as we are progressing. Don't forget, if you're excited, hit the like button down below. It helps channel massively. Also subscribe for daily FM content. Same procedure down below for the Let's Play channel and also for the FIFA channel down below as well. So today we're good. These don't really have a time limit on them. None do really, episode-wise. We're going to look through the season, how we're doing, look at the games coming up, and then start planning what we're going to do in the transfer market, if anything, going forward. So yeah, so as you can see, it's going okay. I mean, they're not happy with the acquisition players. Had very little money to spend on players and some window anyway. They want to sign players on 20th or the 3rd for the future. Again, not much money in the transfer market, so didn't really have much time to do it. And then when Serie A, disappointed that we're not winning it, but it's so close to the title race. It's it's not a big issue. And then quarterfinal Champions League, obviously done very well with that so far. We're qualified from the group stage. So training facilities have been improved. The youth facilities have been improved as well. In terms of the season overall, as you can see here, we are 3 points behind Milan. It's a very tight title race. Everyone up from Inter upwards is involved in it, so it's a very tight title race. Almost one game all season. It's just the draws that have done it. And you look at the Atalanta and Inter games. Okay, that can happen. It's the Empoli and Spezia games we can't be drawing. We've got to be within those matches. The other two are like, yeah, that can happen. No big deal. Well, it is a big deal, but it can happen. And the Champions League group stage was pretty straightforward, really. The only game we lost was against Benfica, which the game was already won and they already qualified anyway, so it didn't really make a difference in terms of the qualification. And the group kind of went where I thought it would. I thought we'd finish top and they'd be down to a straight shot between Villarreal and Benfica. Very close between them two, of course. Actually, you feel harsh on Benfica, really. Getting 10 points in the Champions League group stage and not qualifying for the second round is very, that'd be hard to take, wouldn't it? If you get 10 points out of that group, you're thinking, you know what? We should be qualifying, but no. And Slavia Prague lost every single game, which is really disappointing. But I think realistically, they were never going to get the third place spot anyway. Especially if one of us, like us, like we did, just dominated the group stage and the rest of the players in the other games. There's also going to be that opportunity for other teams to nick points off us like Benfica did. So the chance of Slavia Prague getting through the group stage to the Europa League was very, very unlikely. Coppa Italia obviously kicking off in the 18th of August, 18th of January. Sorry. So that's to look forward to. And also got the Coca-Cola Super Cup final against Inter, which will be shown in its entirety in January. In terms of the top goal scorer, well, it's no surprise to say who it is. It's Dusan Vlahovic. The problem with him, this is going to sound harsh, he could be doing better. Literally, I know he's got 18 goals in 18 games, a goal every game, but he's missed so many good opportunities in matches when even when he scored goals that it's actually scary how many goals he could have scored. And that's, I mean, in a positive sense, that he's got 18 goals, brilliant, fantastic. He could have scored a lot more, and that's the slight frustration, but also like if he starts being even more clinical, which I think he can be, he could get 40 goals this season. But I think he'll break 40 goals this season. I think he will. He'll get close to it because he's got 18 already halfway through the season. So you think about it, he'll probably keep that record up, most likely, barring injuries, of course. But yeah, really good player. Really enjoy managing him. He's just fantastic. I'm delighted to have him in the team. But after that, you're looking at no one getting double figures, but Hazard's got 7, Cuadrado's got 4, Chiesa's got 4, Glit's got 3, Dybala's got 3, Zakai's got 2. There's a smattering of players getting goals, which is a good thing. And Dybala's the one that's really frustrating me. I think if he was playing striker, he'd get more goals. I struggled to get players to score in that position. I don't know whether it's just something to change with him, but I'm happy that we kept him. The main thing was to keep him at the club. And once the window ended, he basically gets new to the series. The second the window ended, he actually signed a new contract, which is great. Now, obviously, if we decide maybe to move him on, which I don't think we will, or he wants to leave, we've got a contract to 2024, so we kept that we kept that option there. Actually, if I remember correctly, he took a wage cut as well on his previous contract. if I remember correctly. I think it was like 300k a week, I think. Maybe slightly more over that 300k mark, but then he definitely took away the wage decrease. So yeah, very pleased that he's managed to stay at the club because he's a very good player. Just got to find a way to get the best out of him. But you know, 3 goals, 6 assists, so he's got 9 goal contributions in 19 games. So it's not terrible, I suppose, but you feel like he could do better. But I think he'd be better in the striker position. But as we've already been discussed, Dusan Vlahovic is in that role, so he's not going to displace him. Hazard has been a very good player. I know it was a bit of a weird one, but he's got 7 goals and 5 assists, so you can't knock him. He's on loan, of course. We've got an option for £52 million to spend to keep him at the club. I don't know if we're going to take that option up. It would depend on the finances next season. And the projection is about 30 million. So I don't know. We have more profit than loss. I don't know. It's essentially the question. Is the answer. I'd like to keep him. I think he's done enough so far. But obviously the fees are a lot. It might be that we let him go back and try and renegotiate a deal. It may even be we try and extend the loan deal. But again, it depends on finances and what have you. But I think for what he is on loan, he's done very well. 7 goals, 5 assists, and he's stayed relatively, I would say, injury-free, which is great. So that's, I think one of the reports said he had an injury issue. Oh, no, okay. Just one, it said that when I looked at Skype. Anyway, but very good season for him so far. In terms of the tactic, I like this tactic. I think it will. Obviously, you bring in Dybala. In this, obviously, rotated the side here, obviously, for the previous match. Who was against Villarreal, rotated it, obviously, for the games. I think he did his game off camera, didn't I think? So he beats Juve 0-0, beat Atlanta 2-2, and Villarreal, Juve Atlanta 2-2, sorry, and Villarreal 4-2. I think what we're going to do next episode, guys, we're going to do Roma and Sassuolo next episode. And then we're going to do Inter and Torino, then the cup final, and then so quite a lot of games close together, really, essentially, because I want to show. I mean, Roma's a decent game, and I want to show that one because it's quite tight. Roma not a bad side, so I just want to show that game, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, so we've got a lot of games close together. We may, obviously, the cup final's got to be on its own because of the nature of the game. It's going to be a massive game for us to play, and it might go to extra time and penalties and all the rest of it. And then after that, you've got like Napoli after that as well, so, and then Inter as well. So I want, and Roma's Mourinho. I want to beat Mourinho. Oh wow, Mourinho's not there anymore. They sacked him. Okay. Anyway, still won't play Roma anyway because it's a game that could be tricky. I mean, if you think that's Sassuolo and Genoa and Torino, their games are probably going to win, or not definitely, but you know what I mean. So we'll do Roma and Sassuolo next episode. Then we'll do Inter and Torino, then Inter again, then Napoli and Napoli, and then probably the cup game there. And then we'll try and get through a few games after that, because after that, it's just one of those things. And feedback's welcome on it, guys, on the scheduling, because obviously I'm not nailed down to these schedules, but I think you want to see the Roma game, wouldn't you? You want to see Inter, obviously, and Napoli. You want to see those games. So anyway we do it, it's going to be a few games off camera, and then. It's going to be awkward if we do it. It's the way the features have worked out. You can't have all those 3 in one episode, and you can't have them 2 in one episode either, because the nature of the fact that the cup final could go into extra time penalties. So I want to show the focus on the cup final on that episode. So I think we'll do Roma because I've committed to doing it as well. Then we'll do Inter and Torino, then Inter again, or whatever. So in terms of the tactic, the only thing I've got a problem with, not as a staff, is this area here. I'm struggling to get these guys to score goals. I've always struggled with it, but we are doing very well this season. You look at the campaign, 11 wins out of 16. We don't concede many goals. That's the thing that's really important to stress. You look at the goals conceded column there. There's not many that are not zeros. Like, Slavia Prague, okay, that happened. Benfica discarded that game, didn't mean anything. Villarreal game didn't mean anything. And obviously Milan was a bad one. Apart from that, the game's been Inter Milan. Another games we conceded goals in. The Champions League games meant nothing at that point. So it's good defensively, and we are playing a high line and offside. My issue with this is what's the best attribute for defenders for anticipating like offside traps, because I feel like it should be anticipation. It should be anticipation, I'd imagine. Anticipating the movement of the striker. I don't know. But I'm very pleased with what we're doing. It's one of those things I wanted to do on the channel and in general. And I'm really excited with how it's going to end up going. Obviously, we've got a lot of games coming up soon against big teams. Roma as well, obviously, will be tricky. But I still feel like we're in a good place with the overall squad. Obviously, I'm not happy with this. I want more. I've got £12 million spending transfer budget. I don't see any signings coming in. The only way I can see a signing coming in is if we move somebody on. Like Winston McKennie, I don't play him. I don't really rate him massively. Maybe it's just me and I'm an idiot, but I could move him on and bring somebody in. But it has to be the right player and make sense to do it, rather than just, okay, sell a player for the sake of signing somebody else. But Kale George, need to get him in the team more. But the guy I really want to see develop is Moise Kean. I think he could be... I just don't know where I'm going to play him. That's the question. Left wing or striker? I think it's going to be striker. And Kale George is somebody that, again, could be moved on. Because I don't think he's really got the potential I want in him. But, again, it'd be a case of not just getting him for selling for the sake of selling him. It's got to make sense to bring somebody else in for him, you know. I keep looking at the camera because I've obviously got it turned off this episode, but I don't like it do it for a bit. So yeah, I mean, your thoughts, guys, in the comment section are always welcome. Obviously, signing wise, I doubt we're going to do much in the transfer market because the funds are not really there to do much. But let me know in the comment section about tactic changes. Is there something here you think just to get Dybala? I mean, obviously we've got a first team selection here. Let's get that up so you can see the team how we would line up. That's essentially the first 11. And you can instantly see that we could probably sell McKennie, because we've got Zakaria, who I like, who I rate more in that position as a ball midfielder. So we can move on McKennie, because he's not happy anyway. He's been happy. Well, he was unhappy. Now okay, but move him on. Get a bit more money in transfer budget. What's the current percentage we get back? 100% of it. So we get like 28 million to spend then. So ish, give or take, depending on the transfer fee, obviously. That's something we could do. But it's just getting this guy to score more. Now, do you go with Shadow Striker? I don't know. It's a problem I've always had with this formation, to get the cam scoring on a regular basis. But we've got a striker scoring, or we just move him into striker, backup striker for Dusan. All options are obviously up on the table. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think about this. If you enjoyed the episode, I hope you have. Hit the like button down below. I'll catch you on the next episode for basically these games here against Roma and Sassuolo. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the FIFA channel and Let's Play channel as well. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.